So, hi guys, welcome back to The Loop by Okaka, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. Her name is Shari Africa. So the first time I got to listen to her was actually in a pageant event, I think so, if I haven't forgotten. And
it is.
I actually felt her voice was born. The first thing I actually told her is, you're going to perform on my wedding.
Yeah.
Still stands. I'll not take it back. That's what I'd like you to do for me. But I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, I'm Shari Africa. I'm a singer, songwriter, just generally an artist and a creative. And I'm here to answer questions because I love questions.
Okay, so thank you for being here. And so today I'm going to start off with some quick fire. I normally don't do this, but today I'm going to start with some quick fire.
Awesome.
So for every question I ask, if it's an artist or something, you give us a note or a part of the song that you like about the artist. So let's
a song of theirs that I like.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
So who is your all-time favorite artist? So you can choose to sing it, you can choose to say it. Your favorite.
Ooh, all time.
All time.
Hey, that's so difficult to choose. Because I have so many people that I rate so highly.
Funga macho chako.
So Ebu, wacha tu narrow down. Nifanye all time locally ama all time internationally.
Let's do locally. At least
yeah. Narrow down kidogo. So locally, as always, naaminia sana huyu msanii na hii song ni song yake yenye bado haijatoka. But nashuku sana ni juu nilisikia kwa IG page yake. He was just playing it on his IG. But he's very famous and he's part of a boy band. So the song goes, and it's hiyo melody unibamba sana. The song is Baby umegonga ndipo hivyo tu ulivyo, we ni manzi msimpo, unaga maringo, nishakuona wapi before, ama ni kwa ndoto, ena maji kidogo, we ni manzi msimpo. Niambie.
That sounds like Dead Soul.
No, it's bien.
But I like their sound.
That song, hiyo song nangoja tu siku yenye ataamua kuitoa. Aitoe, but I feel like it's close because that video he's deleted it ever since. Ni kitambo sana, and I had saved it. Unaona venye you can save an IG post. Yeah, I had saved it. But then eventually nikaona iko missing, so he must have deleted it.
Most likely.
Yeah.
I think that's a dope one. Suta share. Anyway.
Nitafanya hiyo kitu.
Then, we are sorry. So, your current favorite artist?
Well, as of today, my favorite artist is Fally Ipupa. Na hiyo ni kenye imegrow jana. So there's a song ya Fally nili discover. When I discovered it was just inside a mix. But then nilikuwa like, what? Yani, I was so fascinated. Nilichukua phone yangu nikarecord hiyo that beat because that part yenye alikuwa naimba yenye ilikuwa imenifascinate hivyo. I recorded it and I couldn't figure out what song it is. So kuna time Femo play. So nikaenda nika Google Femo play. Now I realized iko kwa ni many people have been searching
the same ones
for that word, yeah. And then it's apparently called I'll spell it, I'll pronounce it wrongly, but I'll do it anyway. It's Boule, bule or something.
okay.
Ile iko na kofia.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Bule by Fali. In fact, before I came here, so during my preparation in Nini, I put that song on repeat. That's all I've been listening to tangu jana. For now, mimi yangu inawakingi hivyo. Sina ati a favorite artist that is forever like that. It's each day nina discover someone new, and sometimes it's even someone people don't know. And mimi tu nimewapata IG and I'm so obsessed. So it works like that for me.
I think that's, especially you being an artist, that's really something poor, because on one thing you go constrained.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That I mean that could discover what you know. So let me skip from the musical part kidogo. So what is the weirdest job you've ever had?
Weirdest, I'd say selling alcohol in clubs. Sio selling ile a waiter, but as a BA. So there was a time when I was in, I think first year, yeah. And then tukaenda long holiday. And at home tulikuwa na so many financial issues. And so I had to step up kidogo and help around. And then nikatafuta the easiest job I could find. That was BA jobs. So my first one ilikuwa BA wa Viceroy. And so we dress in, black booty shorts. Yeah, man. We do have black booty shorts, and you just look a certain way, and that means the drunkards just are seeing you in a certain way, and so they feel like they have a certain they can cross certain boundaries with you. And so that was really weird. And
have you ever done it again?
I did Viceroy, and then I did 2 more because I don't know, I had to, at the time I had to do something, and so I was just like, I hate it, but I'm going to stick it out.
For the part that you had to help, that's a lot of people go through that.
Yeah.
As in unajiweka mahali pabaya for. But that's kudos. That's something. And so since we're there, your comfort food.
Comfort food, sugar. I love cake. So it's cake and crepes.
The combination, or?
No, the combination, okay. Cake and crepes is what I go to for happiness. Oh, and there's a third one, which is actually the first one. Red Devil. Red Devil is a popsicle. Have you seen it? Is it inakonga is a Dairyland ama Dairy Made, one of those two. Zinakwanga packaged, kuna choco bombs, nini, hizo vitu ziko rectangular hivi. So there's a red one inaitwa Red Devil. Anytime I'm seeking happiness, external happiness, freezer yangu actually imejanga Red Devil hivi. Imejaa Red Devil. So Red Devil, kriba na keki. Mix yangu ya kriba inakwanga, I like dipping the crepes into yogurt ya chocolate chips ya Delamere. Yeah.
That sounds like a good
one. It is.
Yeah, so how many songs do you have on your cell phone?
Mine or someone else's?
All the songs.
All.
As in all the songs.
I think there are more than 200.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
There are definitely more than 200. I have an SD card. 32 GB for that purpose.
Touché. So this is maybe a weird one, but have
I
you
love
ever
weird questions.
disliked an artist?
Do I disliked on a personal level or just disliked what they do? Because that's different.
By the way, because it could be maybe the way they performed, or not on a personal level.
Or an artist I've experienced.
Yes. You didn't really enjoy it that much.
Let me see. I'm so choosy. Before I even go to experience an artist, I have to have really, really experienced them before. So lazima nikuwe nimewastalkingi, nimeangalia IG yao, nimeangalia YouTube, nimeangalia all their material, na nika find them worthy to attend their shows. Sidhani kuna, but I have a feeling there's someone amewahi disappoint. I really have a feeling. And I'm sure I can, it's sort of a deja vu. Yeah. I can remember talking about it to someone. I was like, siamini. But I can't remember who it was. I just think I was underwhelmed.
No, makes sense.
Nikipata nitaku. Most likely nitaikumbuka on my way out of here. It happens like that.
Yeah. So, name a musician that you wish was still alive.
I think Michael Jackson. I just feel like he had so many wrongs that maybe time would have made right for him, and maybe he should have had more time.
Makes sense. True, that's true. Makes sense. So, lastly, on the quickfire, name a song that makes you cry.
Which one? There's a song by a blind dude anaitwa Bosco Nio. Inaitwa Ubijenzete. He's from Rwanda. Is it Rwanda? He's Rwandese. That boy has such a beautiful voice and so much soul in his voice. And it hasn't made me cry, but inanifanyanga almost.
Almost. Makes sense. I don't think I have a song. But anyway, it's not about me today.
Wait, kuna siku nilikuwa na perform song yangu flani and I cried. Kwa Shari Africa live too, but they didn't see it. I was like, okay, machozi ilikuwa inatoka, but unajua niko mbali na the audience, so isiona. But then mimi pia naishikilia ndio isisikike kwa sauti. Yeah, so I think that's the song that has made me cry. Other than ya Bosco ikutoa machozi, but he ilitoa.
That's nice to know. So,
Kaginene kokalo gisieme. Kaginene kokalo giwache. Ni nyakoni orwa kango. That is Nyaboma, the last song on my YouTube channel. If you'd like to listen to the rest of it, rush over to YouTube, look for Shari Africa with a K, and then subscribe and binge watch everything that is there.
That's nice. So, welcome back, people. So, this is the second part where I just get to interview her and get to know much more about her. So, Shari, what made you want to become a musician?
I don't know.
It's a
so there was yeah. No, I don't think there's ever a point in an artist's life like hiyo siku tu you remember the day and time, and then you tell yourself that now I'm going to be an artist. It never happens like that. It's a feeling that builds up over time. So for me, when the moment it started building up, I was in Moi University band, my favorite band to date. In fact, I'm trying to make like a Moi University thing, because so many of us are doing so many dope things in the industry, and I just want us to share a stage. So it was, I think, Madaraka Day ama Jamhuri Day, one of those two, in Kisii. We went to Kisii sasa because the governor had invited us to go and perform. And the whole band went. And so after performing, we looked for another venue to perform usiku. So when we went to that venue, I did Posea Bolingo by Alicious. And the crowd was crazy. I just loved how much they loved me. They loved me so much, and they were just so happy and so excited. And I was like, wow, this feels good.
So was it expected, the crowd reaction?
No, I did not expect it at all. I was just starting out. That was 2014. Yeah, I had just joined the band. I'm still learning. And for me, joining it wasn't because I wanted to be a musician. I had joined the band because it's music. I loved singing, and that was it for me. I wasn't looking at it as a career or something. And for a long time, I feel like I started looking at it as a career last year. And that's why I've actually done so much between last year and this year, because I decided, okay, now I want it. Now I want it. But the beginning was definitely Kisii, just looking at those people, the joy. And it was also giving me joy as well. So we are all sharing happiness. Strangers, all of us, strangers, just feeling happy together, forgetting ourselves. That was dope for me. And then last year, in January, the man I was dating by that time, tulikuwa tumetoa Serereka na Trio Mio. And remember, by that time, bado mziki to me is just hobby. It's not really a career, it's a hobby. I'm doing it because I enjoy doing it. And then I was talking to my then boyfriend at that time, and then he was like, okay, so how are you going to take advantage of this? And then I said, Tria ameenda shule, so we can't even do promo. And he was like, but you're here, you're present. You don't need to do the promos with him. Just tafuta interviews. Try kuskuma song from your side.
So when he comes akirudi.
Yeah. And so that really opened my mind. Nilikuwa like, Tria yuko hakuna kenye naweza do, so nitaka. Which is really, I think, how most artists think. Hatuna hiyo audacity ya kupush things to the next level. And so your talk, that moment really gave me so much clarity, and I was like, by the way, kuna so many things I can still do. And so I looked for numbers, every media personality. I looked for their contacts. I started texting, I started calling, I started sending my press kit. I was like, I have this song with Jomina, it was Serereka, ni song kali, views ziko fiti, ningependa ukam kuipromote kwa show yako. And first show to book me was 10/10. Malik has always been so kind to me. That was the first time tulikuwa tunaongea, and we've stayed friends till now. So that's the dope. Went to 10/10. Did an impressive job huko. I'm now a friend of the show. The next show kuni book was inaitwa ni so Lit 360 on NTV. Went nika promote huko, and then they just started coming, And for a long, I think the first quarter ya last year nilikuwa kwa TV kila wiki. There's no month I was not on air. And it really opened my mind. I was like, haya, kumbe hizi vitu tunaziogopanga tukifikiria we can't do them, or these people will not invite us to their shows. But I think we are so afraid we don't even try. We don't look for those numbers. We don't send those messages. But then if we don't do that, how do we get to the shows? No, you have to take that risk. You have to have that audacity. You just have to.
Like the audacity. Many of us don't have it.
We don't.
As in, you can't push whatever you want. That's, I think, audacity.
Audacity is important. Audacity is important.
Yeah. So, in like, let's say the next 5 years, because we just recently talked about that behind the scenes. But what accomplishments do you really want to have by the next 5 years and below?
3 Grammys, state recognition for my contributions to the music industry. 5 albums. I hope I will have started a talent academy in 5 years, maybe by the 5th year, because I love to serve. I really love to serve. I love to serve. so in the spirit of serving, I just want to serve every other musician, every other talented person, not really just in music, but whatever talent it is, I want to help them cultivate it. I want to help create spaces for them to showcase it. I want to help create better policies for musicians to just exist in a world that is more fair to them, more kind to them. So yeah, I think other than that, most of it, I want to be able to serve the people coming before me.
Nice.
See, before me, after me.
You.
Yeah, after me.
So what is it about music that makes you feel so passionate about it? Mtu akikusikia ukiongelea about music, it's just mtu anasikia kama hata umembeba nayo because you're really so passionate about it.
Yeah, I am. Sijui nini, but the way I like to see it is, ingekuwa ni kitu sio special ama ni kitu haujachaguliwa kufanya, everyone could be able to do it,
Yeah.
But not everyone can write good songs, not everyone can sing well, not everyone can produce music or arrange music or even figure out how music works. And so me being able to do these things means there's a higher power that sat down and selected me. Like ilini point wakasema wewe tutakupea kipawa ya kufanya hii kitu.
Yes.
And no one should take that for granted, because if you don't use it, umedisrespect mwenye alikuchagua akaona uko able kufanya hii kitu na akakupatia.
Yeah.
So for me it's first and foremost is to honor that gift, to honor that person who chose me and gave it to me. And the only way I can honor him is by being passionate about it, by accepting it, by living in it, and then another way I like to see is, so ameshanipea a gift, and then being able to write, it's almost like magic really, being able to create melodies from nothingness. It's almost like you're performing magic. And that means there's art in you that wants to live. There are messages in you that want to come out, that want to be heard, that want, to exist, but through you. You're the vessel. And these are messages. So I like to see, these are messages nimepewa. So mimi nikaa postman or a mailman. Kazi yangu ni kuchukua hizi messages napatiwa na kuzituma. And so for me to be able to do that, like that just ignites passion in itself. And that's why I say I'm a messenger and of emotions, because I'm a very emotional singer. I like to share those feelings. And so when I sing with so much emotion, people receive them with so much emotion.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So in that, to go to hapo, so do you have a songwriting technique? Just one. Share.
Not really, because each song comes in different ways. There's no one particular way that you will always write your music. For example, I don't know if, okay, this is going to be nasty.
We We are awaiting.
But I have created so many beautiful songs just seated on the toilet when I'm constipating, waiting, and then I start ndio niji-occupy, nikikosa kwenda na simu, I'll start humming, or I'll push myself to do something, and then I'll say, let me see, I'll just say the first line that comes in my head. Then if I like it, I'll build it. I'll build up on it. So sasa nimekaa tu nitaendelea nikisema mbona unakuanga mlafi? Alafu nitasema mbona wewe unakuwaga mlafi? And then naanza tu na yeah. Alafu tu hivyo tu inakuja, and then if I like how it's going, nikimaliza biashara nitaenda usually take my phone, do a voice note with that melody, and then sasa nianze kuiflesh out vizuri, nianze kuandika. Sometimes I write so depending on that first line yenye nimependa, hiyo ina inform what the song will be about. So ninafikiria nikishajua what the song is about, I start writing lines zenye zina relate to that, and then as I keep humming, I look at what I've written and then what looks best, the next thing yenye itafit naeka hivyo hadi tumalize.
That's unique, actually. That's really unique. Because nasikianga many people have ideas. Okay, tattoo, but that's unique.
Yeah.
Nice. Really. So while we're there, how did actually COVID really affect you as a creator, as an artist?
As a person, it really affected me. As a creator, not much, because remember, by then still music is just a hobby, and so I'm making a living through other means, and so really I'm not affected like that. In fact, I had more time to spend working on my music. That is the time I spent, refining my Photoshop skills. That is the time I spent learning production. That is the time I spent creating. I actually did a whole acoustic album during that time, which never got to see the light of day because, well, that's a story for another day. It will never see the light of day. And so for me, that time was quite productive because I got to really refine my art.
Nice. That's actually a nice way to look at it. Yeah, because many people actually suffer.
Yeah, I know.
And they didn't think, you can say they didn't think growth-wise or outside of the box because they're used to that one thing that gives me money. Right now I can't do it, so I'm really suffering. Yeah, that's nice. So describe your favorite and your least favorite part about being a musician.
Least favorite part is the marketing and just getting people to believe in you. Getting people to believe in you enough to subscribe to your channel, to believe in you enough to follow your Instagram page, believe in you enough to watch anything you upload. That is my least favorite part, because when you're doing art, you don't want to have to convince people to gravitate towards it. You just wish they would, because you're an artist. Before anything, you're not a marketer, you're not a businessman, you're an artist. That is what comes naturally to you. And so when you have to now start pushing your art down people's throats, that gets really difficult. And so you start battling imposter syndrome, and then go like, hey, maybe I'm not even good enough to be selling this to them, or to be convincing them to do this. It really does a number on an artist, and so many of us, not just me. There was a time I was having a really hard time, and so I had to talk to so many artists just to see from their perspective if they also feel the same way. And it's everyone. We are not naturally wired to be marketers. You're just wired to be an artist. My favorite part always is performing, but not really just performing, but performing to a crowd that is enjoying what I'm doing. When I see them enjoying, that is my happiest moment.
Does that give you more?
Yeah. When you see that you're providing someone with joy, you want to do it even more. You want to make them even more happy. It's always about the audience.
I think I can relate in the sense that the day you're performing, me being the photographer, you actually give me an easier task to photograph because everybody just stood up all of a sudden. Okay, now this is the time. I was just because I was actually handling one light. I was moving around, holding it, placing it, taking a picture, going behind it. It was really fun. It was really fun seeing people that relate with what we actually sing about.
Yeah.
And who's your ideal musician to collaborate with at this point?
As always, it has always been Bensol. It will only stop being Bensol once I do it. But for now, top of mind has always been Bensol. I just find him to be such an out-of-the-box writer. And when you hear my EP that is coming soon inaitwa Nairobi, you'll see I am sifai kusema lakini nitasema juu ya Audacity. Kama kuna msanii msichana anaweza pelekana hivi na Bensol, huo ni mimi. Ukisikiza Nairobi utaiona from writing to melodies to production. I could easily in a few years I could easily be like Bensol.
Nice. So this one in a drop when? Is it dropping?
Nairobi, the EP in a drop in June. So stay tuned. It's such a dope project, man.
I'll forward it to anybody with a job and soul. Just in case.
Yeah. I hope itamfikia.
I bet. We are manifesting, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, watching it, Kevin, I know you have several people who really inspire you.
Yeah, of course.
So, would you mind giving us just a few by name?
First is my grandmother. That has changed also recently because as humans, we keep changing, our perspectives keep changing. And sometimes it doesn't take a musician to inspire you to do music. Yeah. It could be careless words of a hawker. Yeah. And so for me, it's the encouraging spirit of my grandmother. She watches all my interviews, all of them. Zote. Zote. And in fact, she gives me feedback after. So, come on, the first one, she was like, it was so nice, I enjoyed it, nini. And then she was like, lakini ulikuwa unakaa unaogopa. And then recently she was like, okay, the last time I was on Ramogi TV, she was like, that was so nice. Leo ulikuwa very strong. So unijenga sana. About a week ago, she texted me and she was like, I'm always praying for you. And, hizo ni vitu for me, hiyo inaniinspire sana. I get so many messages from fans always telling me I'm praying for you. I think that's a really powerful thing for someone who has never met you, does not know you, does not know what you're really about. To just sit down and hata kama ni in typing, that is still a prayer. That is still valid as a prayer. Like someone just takes their time akwambie how they dream for you. They see you being somewhere or doing works with who, and they're like, I'm so proud of you, I'm praying for you, Mungu akuzidishie, and all those things really inspire me more more than what any other artist has done.
That's encouraging because what an artist needs, I feel what artist actually needs is just, you can say, support.
To be seen.
You just want to feel that someone actually looks at your work and says, this guy should go far.
Yeah.
And from your grandma, that's oh my God, that's really nice. That's really nice. That's really encouraging to even just listen to that.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll take that. I think that's really inspiring.
Yeah.
So, what qualities do you admire about your grandma?
My grandmother is, I don't know, I just see her in such a perfect light because, I don't know, she embodies so much of what to me takes to be a lady. No, she's just such a lady. From how she carries herself out, from how she speaks, when she speaks with people, the way she chooses her words. You chagua words zake carefully, and you can see it when she's speaking. You can tell she's carefully choosing her words. And so just kumwonanga tu vile anajiconduct for me, she's such a lovely woman. It's just yeni ule mse.
I bet.
Yeni ule mse.
Yeah. So does she come to your performances?
No. She's too far. I'm in Nairobi.
Yeah.
My grandma is in Shags in Sega. And the most she does is to watch whenever I'm on TV or anything that is streamable on phone. She will watch that. But physically, no, not really. But then eventually when I'm it's 2 years from now, 2 years from now, when I'm getting my Grammy, tutaichukua na shosh.
Yeah.
Naomba tu Mungu amzidishie maisha.
Amen. Sega. You're talking about that. Anyway, so which is your most favorite or your best performance? Ile yenye unafeel ulifika the height of you performing?
Shari Africa Live 2. And which is just so funny. Jew, for Live 2, I was so sick. Turns out, sikukuwa najua, okay, every time I get tonsils, I feel so sick and weak. And so for me, nilikuwa nashangaa why. And then I just learned it's a bacterial infection. And usually bacterial infections are nasty.
Yeah.
They just make you feel so bad. Sure. Tired, weak, hizo vitu zote.
Yeah.
And then nilikuwa tu nimetoka Tusker Nexters, and I think that's where I got tonsils. And so the next day nilikuwa nenda Live 2. So weak. But then like it has to happen. So nikaenda venue, and since I was so weak I had to perform seated. But as much as I was performing seated, that was the best crowd I had ever had, the most active crowd. I think half the time they were with me on stage. Half the time. But at the same time, I was doing something to make them want to be on stage with me, And so I tried to make Live 2 much more engaging. I'd invite people to stage. I would dance with them. I would give them the microphone to join and do something like ululate, do something. And so everyone just, I think, felt so involved. And seeing them that happy also made me happy. And then another thing would be, that day was my mom's birthday. And it was also, she decided to celebrate it with me. She traveled from Kisumu to come to the show. And that was so nice. And then some of my aunties also came, and some of my cousins. And so it was just so wholesome.
It was a surprise?
Sort of, yeah. No. She said she will come, but not sure. And then she never confirmed. So I was like, the last time she said she would come, but not sure, and she didn't come. So I was just like, I don't think she'll come, but it would have been nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, I really enjoyed live too.
Yeah, that's nice. So, you just keep that because I'm asking, which qualities do you think makes a great musician?
I think first, a great musician is truly, truly connected to their gift, because more than anything, that is what it takes to be good at what you do. Yeah, you have to really connect to your gift. That means you can make your gift do whatever you want it to do, because you're that connected to it. Yani physically, yani kuna people who can make their voice do whatever they want it to do. That means they're so connected to their art. Other than that, as I've always said, audacity.
Audacity, the main one.
You have to have audacity to, the audacity to make people think you're good. You have to have audacity to make people want to come to your show. You have to have audacity to even think that you can do this. You have to have audacity to think that you're good enough to stand on a stage and entertain. You have to have audacity to think that you're good enough. You're so good, in 5 years' time you will have 3 Grammys. That you need audacity to think like that, and you can only achieve it if you think like that.
Yeah.
You see, audacity.
So I know you've been around many artists, many musicians, and just would you mind telling us like the best advice one person has ever told you? And if you don't mind, you can mention them.
Let me see. I have been so blessed to meet so many people in my journey, and all of them in one way or another have influenced me. I don't know, it would be so difficult to pick who has given me the most brilliant advice. I don't know. Top of mind, what is coming to mind first is Alicia's. And when Alicia's and I became friends, although right now we haven't spoken in so long, but then adulting.
It happens.
So when we first became friends and just started talking, and she would give me so much advice on how to navigate the industry, who to network with. So kwa show yake ya kwanza we were at KICC, Choma na Ngoma. That was the biggest stage I had ever stepped on. Like, that was Pato Rankings stage.
Sharing a stage.
That was Sauti Sol's stage. And so I just felt so favored. And then when we started talking, and after the event, she would now walk me around and then introduce me to very important people. And then she'd be like, this, after tumemaliza introduction, atakuwa like, this is so and so, he does this and this, and he'd be very good to network with. And then tutaenda the next person, atangalia around, point someone to me, and she'd be like, that is that and that, he does this and this, he'd be good for this and this. And so that was so dope for me. Hizo zilikuwa unaona ni vitu you won't get to learn from, even from just yourself. You have to learn them from someone. And it's so nice that she was that generous to do that for me. And then she was like, in terms of dressing, usually look at how Beyonce dresses. I had not looked at it in detail before she pointed it out to me. She was like, if you want to wear something short, you have to wear something covered huku juu, like juu una cover kila kitu, alafu chini una short. And then if you do the other way around, chini una cover kila kitu, juu you can leave your arms open, or you can do this. So she would advise me on also how to present myself as a musician or as a brand. Then I started like also the stockings, nini. And so it was just so dope learning so many things from her.
That's nice. That's good advice, actually.
Yeah.
Someone to take you through. Because
Yeah.
in this industry, not everybody will actually take you through this.
Yeah.
You'll just find yourself out there trying to make it by your own self.
Yeah.
That's nice. So, on the stage, how do you deal with anxiety? Performance anxiety.
I don't know. I hold a coin.
Okay. That's new.
There's a movie I watched. Sijui ilikuwa ni movie gani? Inaitwa August. Is it called August? I think that is still one of my favorite movies to August Rush. Is it August Rush? August Rush. It's a very sweet story. Ni ya hopeless romantics. Na ni ya kitambo sana. I think 2007 to 2008 huko. Na kitambo sana, but the storyline to me was just so fascinating. And so it's actually music based.
Okay.
There's this couple that end up having a kid, and this kid is so gifted. In music, he understands music in a way that not many people do. And so to fight to feel comfortable on stage, he'd hold a coin. I hope you're in Historia, August Rush. If it's not, then there's one movie that has a performer and they were holding a metal coin to siphon all the anxiety.
So just holding it or flipping?
Just holding it like iko tu hapo. For some reason, it comforts me. So when I get on stage, I pray, hold my coin, pray, and then start the show. So usually, when I feel like I'm delivering, the anxiety starts to go away. Then eventually, when I see that people are enjoying, I'm now fully comfortable. Okay. Yeah.
That's nice. That's a unique way, because I also do the coin thing, but I flip it around. Just making myself busy with yeah.
Interesting.
So, what do you actually do when you make a mistake while performing?
The solution is to pick it up right away. Like, usually you mess up in a way that people won't tell easily. So if I hit an off key, but kama ni kadogo, I'll just pretend that that's definitely kaya and just go on. I just keep going. Actually, the trick inakwanga just keep going. So una find a way ya kublend your mistake yenye umefanya na the next thing.
Okay, so with the audience, what do you do if you feel like they're actually not reacting positively or they look distracted while you're performing? Have you ever encountered something?
So most of the time, naangalianga the type of song yenye naimba. So let's say if it's a certain type of song, let's say it's a Luo song, and then I'll just finish it and then switch it up for the next song. So the next song tafanya, let's say Serereka, and then nione. If the mood doesn't change, then it's not me. Yeah.
That's because let's have a hypothetical event. So let's say this event is based on grounds and it's copper wasting. So it has a mixture of people. It has Luo, it has Kikuyu, it has white people, it has everything else. So just take us through like maybe the first 3 opening songs and even Jaribu, because Jaribu would like what the crowd will react to.
So usually I have a mashup that I created for inclusivity purposes. So usually anyone gravitates to cover songs.
Yeah.
So I could open with a cover song that everyone loves, regardless of where they come from, or sometimes I open with that mashup and you can have so many songs to listen to. So kama haujui the first one, most likely unajua ya pili. Kama hujui ya pili, most likely unajua ya tatu. So, and usually so mashup, they get people so excited. Everyone wants to sing along. Everyone wants to get up. So most of the time I use that as icebreakers. And then I'll try and do one folk song nione. I believe purpose ya music is not really to understand it, it's just to feel it. And that's why I listen to so many weird languages across Africa. And but mi usikiza hiyo song ni kama na feel ni kama naziget. I feel like I'm getting them, but I don't. I'm just getting the feeling. Your feeling yenye ina inspire me. And I don't know, I feel comfortable enough with that, like I feel contented. So I feel like hata mtu mwenye si mjaluo akisikiza nikiimba Kijaka, it won't be about wanting to understand it. It will be about, are they feeling it?
Yeah, true. Okay, so I had a question, and you used to have something, was it called bedroom sessions?
Yeah.
So bedroom sessions?
Bedroom Sessions is actually season 2. Season 1 was Ukweli Sessions, and then season 2 was Bedroom Sessions. So Ukweli Sessions we did with Marlon. I was just like, I need to do something. Let's do something. And then Marlon was like, yeah, I can come. We just, I have a mic and a sound card. Can come. You find beats, and then let's do live sessions. So I'd go on YouTube, download beats, write on them. For Ukweli Sessions, I was actually nilikuwa naandika hizo songs for hizo sessions. So yeah. So I'd get a beat, write on them, and then we do that session. Get a beat, write on them, we do that session. And then sasa for Bedroom Sessions was a bit different. Bedroom Sessions nilikuwa nataka kushowcase my rumba side. And so that's why Bedroom Sessions, I think most of the songs are rumba, if not all. So mwenye alikuwa amenipatia microphone na sound card akaamua kuichukua, and so they stopped, but I've been saving towards buying my own. It's expensive. Niliangalia online, and in Kenya they're selling a studio bundle at 85k, and then abroad they're selling it at 55, but sasa shipping costs hapo ndio tricky. Now that would mean I'd have to buy it internally at 85, but I don't have 85. So I'm just saving towards getting that. And also these live shows are supposed to help me to raise that eventually. Yeah.
So NB people, expensive. So ukisikia sauti zinakaa nje, microphone expensive.
Yeah.
So when having those live sessions, maybe let's say in the future after we buy the mics and everything else, do you think you're going to be like inviting other?
Yeah, that's actually the goal for season 3. Ni venye tu, okay, leo nilikuwa na toy around na jina, but I think ninaenda kuita Shari na Marafiki Sessions. So I had already spoken to some artists before atakupata mic. But yeah, nilishaongea na some of my favorite people to create with, and immediately I get my microphone and sound card and monitors, I'll be able to start Shari na Marafiki.
Nice. So what do you want your music to do to people when they hear it?
I want my music to make people feel. I want my music to make them feel something, anything. Feel happy. Feel emotional. Feel like you miss someone. Feel like you want to change the world. Just feel something. I want to inspire feelings. Because kwanza the current times, anyone who is showing emotion anaitwa simp, and then Talibanism is just being spread. I'm just like, you're not supposed to exist like that. You're actually meant to feel these things. Life is so much more beautiful when you're able to feel things, to experience it emotionally. It's beautiful. Sijui nini mbaya na watu.
think it's just the current times with social media. Kila mtu ana struggle to be something.
Yeah.
So we are simps. Let's
simp. Please, it is cool to simp.
Definitely. So as we're winding up, I always ask someone to give us their productivity hack. So like Changoki, in the sense of you during COVID, you actually got to learn a lot.
So much
and everything else. People have different productivity hack. So like my productivity hack is I believe in doing anything. I don't shy away from doing anything. If sijui na nitafanya, I'll dive in. So what's your main productivity hack?
Let me see. I don't know, most of the time I just believe hata kama wewe tu. Na believing hakuna kitu siwezi fanya.
Yeah.
Audacity.
Hakuna
kitu siwezi fanya, like, so for example even for me to be able to just produce bedroom sessions for myself, like that is all me. That is me producing, that is me mixing and mastering, that is me shooting those videos, editing them, that is me sharing them, marketing them, all me. And that is audacity, the audacity to believe that I can do it, and if I don't know it, I can learn it and then do it.
Yeah.
So no one taught me how to produce, no one taught me how to mix and master, but I wanted to do it so badly. I was like, I have to do it. There's no other way. And for me to do it, I have to do it well. And so let me go to YouTube. Let me look for tutorials on how to do it. And I went to YouTube School of University. So for me, still, audacity is a productivity hack.
Yeah. And you have actually, from YouTube, you graduate as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thank you for that. And so for the listeners, where can they find you online? Where can they listen to your music? Subscribe, do all those stuff, and tell them about the April 30th, right? Yeah.
Awesome. So this April on 30th, it will be on a Saturday from 2 p.m. Myself and some of my favorite artists will be performing at Laikiana Resort, which is in Dagoretti Corner. So corner stage, Laikiana Resort, 30th April. Entrance fee is just 1,000 bob. If you come, I'll be able to purchase my studio bundle. So think about it. And just for more details, I'd encourage you to look for me on social media. If you'd like to connect with me, send a DM, anything. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, every platform as Shari Africa with a K, SHARI space, and then Africa that has a K, not a C. You can also go to my YouTube, check out my ukweli sessions, bedroom sessions, and then subscribe, turn notification bell on, so that by the time I get my studio bundle, and then by the time I do Shari na Marafiki, you'll be updated, but only when you subscribe.
Amen. That message is passed on. So for the last thing, you can give us a parting shot. Just give us a parting shot.
Life is too short. Life is too short to be too serious. Life is too short to limit yourself to a life of no emotions. Life is too short to not go after the things you want. Life is too short for you to not live it at the fullest capacity you can. And that means loving. That means living. That means doing everything in your bucket list, all of it. If you want to go camping, if you feel like going camping and you can afford it, find a way to go. Even if you can't afford it, find a way to afford it and then go. So life is too short. Live it to the fullest capacity you can.
Yeah. So Shari, thank you for being here. I'm humbled.
Me too.
Thank you. So don't forget, subscribe, like, share, comment, on her page and on the Loop as well for notifications and anything else. And go check out her social medias, her YouTube sessions and everything else. And I'm hoping to actually have her back some other time. And
I'd love that. I love talking.
Yeah. So it's a wrap. And thank you. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye.